So we learned this week that China has the 19th century tech of a spy balloon from the Western press. Now, that's not the scariest thing. The scariest thing is China isn't staying put over in China. They're expanding their bases all around the world, including in our own neighborhood in Venezuela. So let's take a look at this story here. It says that hold on one second. Okay, I'm sorry. Um, Different story. Okay, it says U.S. to open 4 new sites in the Philippines, accelerating pivot to Asia. Okay, must have been a different story, but let's take a look nonetheless. Washington and Manila are close to inking an agreement that would see 4 new American installations opened in the Philippines. New sites are part of U.S. military buildup in the Indo-Pacific to prepare for war with China. Okay. You know, the United States has been at war for 83% of its history. Yeah, that's right, 83% of its history. And we've drawn down in CENTCOM, so we got to spice something back up. We got to kick the hornet's nest again. And some say this is tactical, strategic. I just often use a very simple metric. What would we do if that action was reciprocated? If, say, um, a nuclear powerhouse brought nukes over to the Western Hemisphere, to Cuba, how would we react? So, I don't know. I think these sovereign countries have potentially the ability to react to what we're doing militarily. And this constant escalation maybe isn't a good thing. And potentially, this balloon has something to do with it. But reading from the article here, 2 of the new facilities which will be located in Luzon, the north half of the country. The military sites are expected to be used in future war between Washington and Beijing. Okay, so it's official. The contract is inked. We are going to war with China, I guess. Could give U.S. forces strategic position from which to mount operations in the next conflict in Taiwan and the South China Sea. In 2012, when President Barack Obama adopted a more aggressive policy towards China, dubbed the pivot to Asia, the largest shipbuilder, the largest military buildup since World War II. Under the strategy, Washington has authorized billions of dollars of new bases, ships, weapons to be deployed to the Asia Pacific. The Pentagon aims to encircle China with 2/3 of the U.S. air and naval forces. Now, I'm not naive enough to say strength through power. It's not a good thing, right? If you have an aggressor, let's say China is being that aggressor for this uh, example, you want to show them that they have no chance. Now, the reason I'm a little suspect is because of our track record. Uh, Iraq, Afghanistan, recent memory. What are we doing there? Somewhat of a rhetorical question, but what did it have to do with the Constitution of the United States or defending it? I don't know. And who's to say that, China does have aspirations to become more powerful? Do they have aspirations to spread communism around the world? I don't know. I don't know. But I will say that the US doesn't have a good track record of not lying to the American people about clear and present dangers. What are actually a danger to the American people? They don't have a good track record of not lying about that. So here's the Philippines. Here's China. So, how would we react if they did the same thing to us? They put a base down in Costa Rica or something. You can, use your imagination there. The Biden administration has repeatedly promised the U.S. military will come to the Philippines' defense in the event of a violent conflict with China, including the South China Sea, potentially over disputed with some brief. It recently obtained a memo In a recently obtained memo from a four-star Air Force general warned officers in his command that he believes the U.S. will fight China in 2025. If you guys saw that memo, that was really suspect to me. Not that it wasn't real, but that it wasn't um, intentionally leaked to get out, because the verbiage is very odd. It's like aim for the head in your training, empty your clip. No one talks like that. Um, it just uh, seemed like something a general wouldn't say without wanting it intentionally to be leaked. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. But um, here's the question. Uh, Anthony Blinken was supposed to go over to China and meet with China, um, maybe to have a detente of some kind between the United States and China. He's our Secretary of Defense. And this Chinese balloon was the reason that he didn't go. Um, Soured relations. What about moving bases to the Philippines? That doesn't sour relations, right? Seems to sour relations to me. So I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Like there is nuance to this conversation. It's not like, hey, you just let the world do what it does and don't take preemptive measures to prevent military action by other nations. I'm not saying that the United States shouldn't do that, but what's suspect to me is the number of lies that have come out of the DoD in the past, and that typically we've been the aggressor. We've been the one kicking the hornet's nest and poking the bear. And then we're like, what? Look at this. Uh, Putin invaded Ukraine. It's like, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Putin's a good guy, but to say there was no reason for him to invade is also naive. Um, Notwithstanding, like the basics of NATO wasn't supposed to expand east. We've been expanding east. I mean, anyways, it just seems like the United States wants the fight. And maybe that's just my perception, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Definitely seems like something fishy is going on, and that we're the one being the aggressor right now, and not China. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.